Liver King has now been natural for 6 months. As we can see here, he looks extremely natty. This is what natural lifters look like. Bulging veins, traps up to the ears, cannonball deltoids, and a face which looks like a worn leather boot. Obviously, I'm joking. Liver King has been doing the rounds recently because in his content, he's looking extra juicy. Let's say. He's also looking a lot older, like he's aged 10 years in the matter of 6 months, yet he now claims that he's natural or at least just on TRT. At one point, Liver King was one of the biggest fitness influencers online, making a crap ton of money until Derek from More Plates, More Dates done a video showing leaked emails between Liver King and his coach. And what's crazy is these emails showing that Liver King was taking in excess of over $10,000 worth of steroids monthly, yet all whilst he was on a huge podcast tour, claiming that he's natural over and over again, despite being asked directly if he's taken any steroids.
So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box, and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit, and don't open your fucking mouth about it. Let that live with you.
Now, if you're completely unaware of this situation, you might be thinking, Shaun, why is this a bad thing? Okay, the guy has done some steroids. It's not the end of the world. Well, Liver King would claim that he's natural, and the reason why he's got this physique and his crazy gains is because of his ancestral and primal living, which was all just a Trojan horse to push his supplements onto his impressionable audience. And you'd be surprised at how popular of a strategy this is. A lot of influencers do this. They claim that they're natural, all whilst selling supplements or selling training programs or online coaching and promising, whether directly or indirectly, that you can look like them as long as you buy their thing. Honestly, I've said this a bunch of times. If I wanted to be a millionaire fast, I'd get on a crap ton of steroids, create hundreds of pieces of content a week, and direct people to my training programs and my physique academy. But unfortunately, I've got morals and ethics. Anyway, Liver King actually apologized for taking steroids in a pretty cringe video where he was still putting on a character. He wasn't being authentic. And from here on out, he said that he was going to come off all the steroids. He said he downgraded to TRT, but when we take a look at him, that doesn't seem to be the case. See, think of it this way. When you come off $15,000 worth of steroids monthly, there will 100% be downsizing, whether you're on TRT or not. Liver King has downsized slightly initially when he first came off. If anything, he's starting to look more jacked and leaner than ever. In one of his more recent videos, he's up to his usual antics. He's eating testicles soaked in milk.
In the modern world, we like to have our bowl of cereal, don't we? This is a primal version of your bowl of cereal. I got my testicles in farm fresh milk from Liver King Ranch. The most feared warriors, the Maasai. What they get down on is milk, meat, and blood. And they're expressed in a higher, more dominant form. If you still want your primal cereal to taste like Cocoa Pebbles at the end, put a little bit of whole feast in with your testicles. Make sure you peel back the membrane on the testicle. You can use a spoon if you want, but God gave you the hands for a reason. And go to town.
He looks old as hell. Look at his face. It seems like he's aged like crazy. And I'm not one to hate. Everything that we talk about here on this channel always has an underlying lesson. That lesson is don't do steroids unless you want to age fast. Now, some people might think that he's aged because he's came off the steroids, and steroids help keep you youthful, which if you think about it, it's not really unrealistic logic to think that, because steroids keep your body superficially young and youthful. So shouldn't it do the same with how old you look? Steroids reverse the aging process of the body on a surface level, but usually that's just the physique. But that's not really true. We associate muscle with youth, but really it's the other way around. Muscle should be associated with maturity. It should be less muscle, more youthful. Now, when you're talking about someone being 40, 50, 60 years old, yet being in shape and having more muscle is going to make them appear more youthful, because the standards for that demographic of the population is very low. But the way it works is steroids actually accelerate the aging process. They make you die early, your hair falls out, you've got a low sperm count. They actually make you look older in your face. If people come off the gear, they will actually look younger. An easy example of this is Larry Wheels. Look what happened to him when he came off all the heavy gear and just switched to TRT. He started looking significantly younger. Liver King has supposedly done the same as Larry Wheels, yet looks older. He looks worse. I've known a lot of people over the years who've been on steroids for years, despite them being 5, 5, 7, 10 years younger than me, yet they look 10 years older than me. That's what steroids do. So Liver King claiming he's natural, yet looking this jacked, this vascular, and older than ever, despite it only being 6 months since he came off the steroids, is a blatant lie. Here's what I think he done. I think he caught all this heat, his emails got leaked. He thought, right, I need to come off the gear. I'll taper down my steroids a little bit. I'll document the process of being just on TRT. But then as the dust has settled, he started slowly increasing the doses again. Because at the end of the day, it's all about spectacle. The more of a spectacle you create, the more money you make. Also, take a look at his skin. It doesn't look healthy. He's got an extremely red complexion, which can be a side effect of steroids caused by water retention and high blood pressure. I've got a lot of bodybuilders in my extended family, and they've all got those big beetroot red faces and red bodies. And also, we have to remember, he's still got a supplement company. He still has his brand reaching thousands of new people every single day who I've never heard of him. It's very easy to believe in this echo chamber of the fitness world that everybody knows about this Liver King situation, which isn't true. The internet is massive. Across all social media platforms, he's probably getting hundreds of millions of impressions on a weekly basis. So maybe 10 or 20 million people knowing about Liver King being a fake natty, it's not really going to have that much of a negative impact on his brand when you think about it. Go on his social media, you'll see that he's still racking up millions of views on every single video, despite a large majority of the comments being negative. And what we have to remember is the casual Instagram user isn't reading through every comment with a fine-tooth comb. They see the content and think, oh, this guy's interesting, I'll give him a follow. They don't pay that much attention to the comments or reaction videos like these. It's extremely easy for people to land on this video and say, Shaun, you look skinny. Why would they listen to you? Liver King is jacked. He clearly knows what he's talking about. Well, if you must know, I'm a 7-month victim of long COVID. I haven't trained in 7 months. I'm wasting away.
Holy Christ. Holy Christ. Holy Christ, there's nothing left. Your body may have gone, but you're still here.
So just because I've lost gains because I haven't been able to train doesn't mean that Liver King knows more than me with regards to training and nutrition. No, he's just pumping $10,000 worth of juice in him every month. Really, it's all about attention, and Liver King knows this. The reason why he knows this is because his bank account. In his mind, he'll be thinking, well, what does all this negative press and all these negative comments matter? I'm still reaching of tens of millions of new people every single week, and I'm making as much money as I previously did. And what most people don't understand about the internet is it's that fast moving. It's actually really difficult for negative content to stick just because people do move on fast and they forget. It's old news. New people come into the Liver King world every single day and have never seen him before and will just instantly trust him because of how he looks. That's why this is important to talk about. I've experienced a little bit of this myself on TikTok. I created a little bit of a content strategy that was based around being a little bit brash, a little bit in your face, make some jokes which would piss some people off but some people would find funny. I got a lot of hate every day. I had dozens or even hundreds of negative comments with thousands of likes on those negative comments just because it didn't look like Chris Bumstead or Liver King. However, at the same time, people would still purchase my programs and join my Natural Physique Academy every single day and get fantastic results. But that's because I was delivering value and I know what I'm talking about. I'm not selling you snake oil. Liver King's selling you the whole snake as well as the snake oil. His goal is to get you to purchase his supplements. And this is one other thing I don't understand. Why do people keep commenting on his videos? If you don't like someone's content and you don't want to support them, then don't engage. Even when you leave negative comments on someone's content, it still helps people like Liver King reach new people. YouTube and Instagram don't measure how well someone enjoyed a piece of content. They measure the engagement that it gets. That's why when I have trolls on my videos, I engage back with them because I know that they will go back and forth 20, 30 comments and they think that they're under my skin, but really they're playing my game. It just adds to my engagement and allows my videos to be pushed to more people. Some people say don't engage with the trolls, but I personally don't mind because they're too dumb to realise that they're helping the video get into the algorithm more. And it's the same in this situation with Liver King. If you don't like him, the deceptive nature that his business model is built on, then stop watching him and therefore you will stop supporting him. And speaking of which, thank you for everyone who's been supporting me recently on the channel. I've seen everyone's feedback on my last 2 videos about different types of content and a second channel, and I appreciate it. But let me know what you guys think of this Liver King situation below. Do you think he looks natural? Is he just on TRT? Or do you think he's went back onto the heavy doses of steroids? I want to hear your thoughts. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all tomorrow.